This is New Hampshire Cross Country, powered by Runner's Alley. We are at the Division I JV State Championships today at Alvern. This meet is brought to you by Stitches NH. We have the girls race on the line right now. We just saw the boys go off and they ran pretty fast. I think the course is in really good condition, which we were slightly worried about because it was supposed to rain this afternoon. So far, we are still dry. And the course looks pretty good. Seems pretty fast today, so I think we'll see some good times out of these ladies. On the team side of things, it's a bit hard to tell with people graduating or moving up to varsity. You don't know who's still on the team in terms of JV runners. So just looking at last year's results, Bedford ran away with this meet. They scored 19 points. To Winnacunnet 61 in second and Pinkerton 81 in third. I would imagine those teams still probably up towards the front. But we could see someone else hop in there in the mix. But Bedford's varsity team obviously looks really good this year. So I think they should be up there because that does help as kind of an indicator. Is usually if your varsity team is good, your JV team is pretty good too. Yeah. Looks like we have the starter out in the middle of the field here. We are about to get going. All right, we are off. 2023 Division I JV State Championships. So we'll look to see. Looks like Dover out pretty well. Bedford up there, a couple of BG individuals, and also looks like Alvern on the top side over there. But we'll have to see how things shake out after they go around this first field loop. So we'll see you there. All right, we're about 800 meters in at this point, just before they go into the woods. And Bedford going 1-2 here.
Like Exeter 3-4.
And then a couple Pinkerton in there.
Wow, big
two
Dover,
more Bedford.
Big Dover squad right there.
Yeah, 4 Dover in a row. There's 5 for Dover. So Dover actually. All right, we're about 800 meters in at this point, just before they go into the woods. And Bedford going 1-2 here.
Like Exeter 3-4.
And then a couple Pinkerton in there.
Wow, big
two
Dover,
more Bedford.
Big Dover squad right there.
Yeah, 4 Dover in a row. There's 5 for Dover. So Dover actually with the first 5 in. There's Bedford's 5-6. And even more Bedford. Wow, this Bedford team is really deep. But Dover with their top 5 all clumped super close together.
Yeah, wow.
So even though Bedford has low numbers up front, Dover the first team with 5 in. So
there's also a huge clump of Pinkerton up there. So
yeah, there's quite a mix of teams going for it. Obviously, we're still very early in the race. Yeah, this should be pretty interesting on the team side, and we could see a Bedford versus Bedford fight for the individual title with those 2 girls up front. But it looks like, you know, maybe they're not as strong in terms of running away with it as last year, but Bedford looked really deep because they had probably 10 girls like towards the front half of this race. All right, we're just before the 2 mile, about 100 meters before the 2 mile. And we have a bit of a change in the lead. Last time we saw them, we had the 2 Bedford girls out in front. And it's gonna be North in the lead right now over Exeter. And then the 2 Bedford girls right behind them. And then Exeter's number 2 coming around the corner. So North with a pretty good move there on that woods loop. Because I think we saw her going into the woods. She was towards the back of the top 10 there. And now she has taken the lead with a mile to go. Here's going to be Dover's number 1. We'll have to see how their pack is doing. Bedford's 3. There's Dover 2 and Dover 3 and Dover 4.
Yeah, so they're still pretty close together here.
Yeah, so there's Bedford's 4. I think 3 through here for Pinkerton.
Here's Dover's 5th.
All right, so that Dover 5, I think, puts them in the lead at this point. Although here comes 2 more Bedford.
3 more.
All right, so this is going to be really close. We saw a super exciting team race on the boys' side. I think we're going to have a similar situation here because it looks like Bedford and Dover super close at this point with a mile to go. Not really sure which one's in the lead, to be honest. I think I'd have to give it to Dover, but like maybe only by a couple points.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't do math that fast.
I mean, yeah, their points are all bunched up together there, so.
Yeah, and you do see a lot of teams that win championships do have a really solid group like that.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we didn't really have any outstanding individual runners, but we had a lot of people.
Yep.
Which Dover looks like they're implementing that strategy today because their pack time was probably under a minute for their top 5. But Bedford has, I think, probably 7 runners pretty close to Dover's top 5. So if any of those 7 have a pretty good surge over this last mile and they catch, 1 or 2 of those Dover girls, it could flip things around just because it is so close at this point.
All right, we're approaching 16:30.
Yeah, so like we said, they'll go into the woods behind us, do 1 more woods loop, and then once they come out of the woods, they only have about probably 400 meters to go at that point. And so we will see them next at the finish line, where they will be ripping to the line in their last meet of the season. All right, we have our leader coming around the corner. It's gonna be under 21 minutes here.
Nashua North.
With a big win here. That's Charlotte from Nashua North winning 2023 JV State Championship. Awesome race for her. She's under 21 minutes and with a big lead.
Looks like we got Bedford coming for 2 and 3. So that definitely changed up in the woods. Exeter's number 1 coming in for 4th.
All right, so Bedford has those 2 low numbers early.
All right, so here's Dover's number 1.
And she has been leading a big trail of Dover runners.
Right. Exeter's number 2. Okay, here's Bedford's 3.
All right, that 3 for Bedford could help them quite a bit.
Yeah. There's Dover's 2. Dover's 3 coming up. Bedford's 4. So this is still super close. Bedford has the lower points near the top of the scoring.
Yeah, and they have 4 in before Dover's 4.
Well, there's Dover's 5th.
Is that 5th for Dover?
I believe so.
Did I miss somebody? Oh, I missed somebody.
Anyways,
I'm trying to keep score here.
there's their 6th. And that looks like Bedford, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken.
Looks like Keene,
It's
yep.
not Bedford.
It's Keene. So, okay, so Dover with 5 in at this point. So now every girl that comes over the line here is helping Dover out. All right, but here's Bedford's
Bedford.
5. So I don't know if that's enough people in
And
between Dover's 5 and Bedford's 5 to seal it for them.
There's Bedford 7, so they might have stolen this one marginally from Dover, but
Yeah, it's going to be really close. I do think Bedford takes that one, though.
I think so too. There's Dover 6 coming down the straightaway right now.
Yeah, so like I said, at the 2 mile, the back end of that Bedford top 5 closed up to the big Dover pack. And they only had to get like a couple shirts there over that last mile in order to take the lead. And I think that's exactly what they managed to do.
Yeah.
Let's go, D-Law! Let's go,
Have to see if we can get some results here in a second. Wow, a lot of really fast times here today. Like we said earlier, the course was in great condition. We didn't get any rain, which was nice. So all these ladies ending the season with great races.
Let's go, kid! Finish strong!
But super exciting races for the team championship on the boys and the girls side. I think it's going to be single digits deciding the boys and the girls championship.
Let's go, kid! You got this!
All right, so unofficially, as not all of the teams have been scored yet, we have Bedford in the lead with 30 points to Dover's 39.
Ooh.
But we only have 5 teams scored at this point, so I think as the rest of the teams get their 5 runners in, and we start to add up their scores, things might change a little bit. But yeah, so unofficially right now, Bedford does have the win, which is what we thought. But if you're watching this video and you want to go see the official results, you know, now that this is up on YouTube, obviously all of the results will be official online. You can find those at Lancer Timing for this meet. See some great finishes here, and got a nice crowd out here. I don't think the dark clouds scared anybody away,
Yeah, pretty big turnout.
and everyone is super excited as these ladies are crossing the finish line. So I think we're seeing some PRs in the last race of the season, which is great.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And this was a good day for a PR. It's nice and cool, no wind, and the course looked in pretty good condition. So Once again, this has been New Hampshire Cross Country powered by Runners Alley. And this is the 2023 Division I JV State Championships. This meet is brought to you by Stitches NH.
Good job, Maris!
So we've had a great day here at Alvern High School in Hudson, New Hampshire. Awesome conditions and some awesome races. So if you're watching this on our YouTube right now, make sure you check out, we have the Division II and Division III JV State Championships up on our YouTube. And then we also will have the Middle School State Championships happening on Saturday. So go check those out if you're watching this after Saturday. Middle school races are always super fun. And then next week we will have coverage of the varsity state meet at Deerfield Park. Also, if you're interested in seeing our podcast duo, Amy and Ian, run around and harass people for interviews, check that video out, because I'm not sure what content they got today, but I've seen them running around with the microphones asking people questions, so I'm sure that video will be very entertaining.